Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is chapter 46, my two first loves for you all and new tricks. Here Elijah came far behind it. It's funny how a few months can change things. Once Mac was convinced Elijah would actually protect us. But now we knew it was the opposite. I didn't want him anywhere near me or anyone I cared about, especially now. Oh god, well, this is awkward. Wipe that smirk off your face, asshole. You owe me and Mag an apology. You have some nerve showing up after what you have done. Last time I checked, this was my house, not yours. Elijah, it stopped being your house the second you ran off to who knows where. What are you even doing here? Hazel shrank behind me as Elijah sauntered inside. I'm not scared of you, Elijah. You better watch your back. I come home and this is the welcome I get. I'm here to set things right this time. I thought you had all be proud I decided to get back on the straight and narrow. Like you have said 1,000 times before. Elijah flung his wand back up onto the living room sofa, now grimaced and grimly turned to me. Addie, sorry, but I think you should go. I'll give you a ride home. We have a lot to talk about with Elijah. Noah was silent the whole ride home. We cruised under the streetlight after streetlight, each one illuminating his conflicted face in a new austere light. As we pulled up to my driveway, I laid a hesitant hand on his shoulder. Are you guys going to be okay? I won't bet on it. No, I'll see you around. Don't do anything rash. We'll see. It depends on what Elijah's got up his sleeve. I climbed off his bike and ran up to my front door, but not before throwing one last look back at him. His eyes gazed longing at me, and then he shook his head and sped off. As I watched him recede into the distance, I got the sense things just got a lot more complicated. Yeah, of course. Here, the dogs are literally throwing it on themselves. Like at every night, it's a battlefield for them. If I was still rattled the next day, I didn't show it. Or at least that's what I thought until I came to help out for Winter Wonderland and no was nowhere to be found. Addie, you seem out of it today, okay? Mason and I hadn't gotten to talk much since yesterday when we had both learned the truth about the burglary. What do you mean? I have known you for how long? You can't fool me. Stop flirting and get to work, filling the rink with ice, lovebirds. Lauren, don't you have anything better to do than boss us around all the time? Like study, maybe read a nice book? Newsflash, honey. I just got admitted early into Terman University. Wait, Terman, that's practically an honorary Ivy League. Isn't your GPA like 2.5? Lauren, getting into an elite college doesn't mean you're better than anyone. Every college has nobodies. Think what you want, honey. Daniel is a great look on you. You know as well as I do that I am set for life. Lawrence stalked off, leaving Mason and I alone. He shook his head and sighed. Speaking of college, I turned down the football scholarship. You did? Why? I didn't feel right. I have been thinking a lot about the way my dad handled things. You mean the night of homecoming with the scout? It's not just that, the night of the burglary too. Things could have been so different. And that's when Mason told me his side of the story about how he took Noah to the hospital and how he saw the way the cops treated him. I had no idea. I'm so bad that happened to know. I know, I can't undo the past, but I wanted to make sure he gets a fair shake from now on, if that makes sense. So I called the scout up and tried to convince him to give scholarship to Noah instead. My dad must have told him all the sordid details of a burglary in private because he wouldn't budge. So it's going to some stranger instead, but still better than me. Mason, I think you made the right call. I'm glad you did the right thing, even if you don't have your spot at the Air Force Academy from being scouted anymore. Yeah, me too. I would have felt dirty taking that scholarship. And besides, there's still hope for me to get in from my academics. I'm hoping my grades make the cut. As Lauren wandered by again, glaring at us, Mason gestured at the ice rink we were supposed to be working on. Well, this rink isn't gonna fill itself. Let's dump these buckets in. Together, we poured water into the pit, flooding it a few inches at a time. Well, now, after a couple hours, the rink was finally ready. Jokes on Lauren, now we can be the first ones to test it. I stepped onto the newly frozen ice to check it, and my feet slipped. Arg. Mason grabbed my waist with both hands, steadying me just in time. I've got you. Mason, what would I do without you? You're still my knight in shining armor, even after everything. I hope that's not a bad thing. No, of course not. I have just got a lot on my mind lately. Even stopping to think about everything made my head spin. I was talking to Mason and now again, and questioning my feelings towards Awa all at once. I think I know just the thing to cheer you up. I have been meaning to test out the sound system. Mason switched on the speaker setup beside the ring, and as his way of answer, a slow, classic holiday song crooned over the loudspeakers. Oh, this is my favorite holiday love song. Mason handed me a pair of ice skates, grinning. I know, it's mine too. Plus, it's the perfect song to slow skate to. What had you what do you say we try out the ring together? We haven't had any time to ourselves since homecoming. Let's make up for it all now. I'll give you anything you need. Go skating with Mason. No thanks. But the skates were pretty good. I don't want to give Lauren any more excuses to cheer us out. Okay, fair point. Just know that if you need me, I'm here for you. If you want to make sure we never end up in the place we were after homecoming again. That makes the two of us. We spent the rest of the afternoon drilling guardrails onto the ice rink. I went home feeling exhausted but accomplished. Of course. Unfortunately, the feeling didn't last for long. Ab kya ho gaya bhai? The next day, I was in the hallway getting my books when I heard footsteps behind me. Hey Addy. My heart leapt as I heard Noah's familiar voice. There you are. I trailed off as I realized Noah wasn't alone. Elijah was standing right beside him, grinning like he was in on some kind of joke. You look like you have seen a ghost. What do you want? An education. Why else would I be here? Didn't my little brother tell you? I am re-enrolling in school. I hoped something like that would happen. And this was chapter 46 for you all. I hope you enjoy it. And of course, right, by completing the next 3 chapters, which will be by tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will be like completed 50%. So hope you for that. Bye. Thanks.